So here I am, I'm on the Challenging Behaviors website, so challengingbehavior.org. This is a website you have visited before, but on this website, I want to show you how to find the teacher resources, including the What Works briefs, the teacher tools, and the Book Nook. So you can search in multiple ways on this website. I have found the easiest thing to do is to go, well, you can click on Resource Library. That's one thing you can do. And in this resource library, you can find a whole bunch of things. But what I find, so you're more than welcome to click around in the resource library. I find it's more helpful if we look up the teacher toolkit. So if you type in teacher toolkit in the search bar, what's going to pop up are these teaching tools. So if we go to teaching tools, here is our toolkit. And there are lots of great things in here. So right off the bat, all of these items are items you can put in your resource kit. So if we look at teaching tools, here would be your teaching. All of these are considered teaching resources. The teaching tools, these are specific things that you can create to use in the classroom. So they've got classroom rules, the stop sign, lots of stop signs. We can also look at visual strategies. These are more teacher tools that you can use. We can also look at the turtle technique. This is a very popular teacher resource. So all of these would be considered teacher resources and teacher tools. So for your resource kit, what you're going to do, you need 8 teacher resources, and you can just print these out and put them in your resource kit. If printing is a challenge, I can print things for you. So you need to let me know if you want me to print some things out for you. Happy to do that. Some other things. So remember, you're going to have to create your own scripted story. Here are examples of scripted stories that have been created. And then right here, it tells you how to make a scripted story. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was the Book Nook. Let's see if I can find them in here. Okay. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going back up to my search bar. I'm going to type in Book Nook. There we go. And here are all of the Book Nooks. So what a Book Nook is, let me just click on one. I don't know if it's going to pull this up when we're looking together in WorkWire. Yeah, it's not pulling it up. Well, actually, it's not even opening it up on my page. So let me go back. Let's try another one. Will this open? View resource. Okay, here we go. Great. So this is a Book Nook. So a Book Nook is about a book. So this is about the book Quiet Loud. And what it does, it gives you activities, examples of activities that you can use while reading this book, after reading this book with the children. So for the Book Nook, if you want to print out, if you want to include some Book Nooks in your resource kit, you would just print out this whole document. So that's the Book Nook, and I wanted to show you when we were on this page. So again, just to repeat, I went to the search bar, I typed in Book Nook, I hit that little magnifying glass, and this is what popped up. And there are a lot of Book Nooks. If you click here where it says Older Post, it's going to pull up even more. And I do believe, yeah, it goes and goes and goes. So you can find a lot of Book Nooks. Okay, so we found teacher resources in the toolkit. Let me just remind you, toolkit, right here, ooh, teaching tools. So those are all of those resources, teacher resources. We found the Book Nook when I typed in Book Nook. Book Nook. And then the other thing we need are What Works brief. And here we go. So just like with the Book Nook, it pops up on a page, but then if you scroll down to the bottom, Older Post will show you even more. And you're noticing that these are in Spanish. So we have book nooks in English and in Spanish, not book nooks, what works briefs. And so just like with everything else, if you would like to include a what works brief in your resource kit, you will print out the entire brief. There we go. So you would print out this entire brief. Okay, so remember, you're going to have to select at least one or two what works briefs to do the reflection on. You're going to have to find a book nook to do a reflection on. And then you're going to have to find teacher tools to do a reflection on. Teaching tools. Okay. Also, remember, you need to create your own scripted story. And then you also need to create one of these resources. So you're printing these out and putting them in, just putting this whole document in your resource kit. But then you actually need to make one of these. So let's say you want to make this, the cue cards. So you would need to follow the directions that are listed here and actually make the cue cards. I don't know if that's showing up. Yeah, that's not showing up. So you would want to print this out, follow the instructions, cut out the cue cards, make the cue cards, put them together in some sort of way that you could use them with children. So these are the resources that you can find from the Challenging Behaviors website.